What do you make of what happened in the Newcastle
The
game
highest
last night?
level where the rules set up by FIFA, UEFA, and the governing bodies of football, in all honesty, are becoming an absolute joke, I have to say. I mean, not only are we seeing it every week in the Premier League, and probably we're seeing it down the line in all divisions now. But I mean, obviously they're still refereeing on instinct and what they see, but I also think it's having an effect on them. But they don't have VAR. But all the ones in the Premier League, and certainly last night, renowned, been promoted as one of the best referees in the world. Ultimately, got called over to VAR, which he shouldn't have done, because the ball hit his chest and hit his arm. So that isn't a penalty. But still got called over by the VAR representative at the time. And he went over and looked at it and gave a penalty. Now, I can only go on human error. The pressure put on him by the players of PSG, outrageous. And I mean outrageous. This is the goalkeeper running 75 yards. The players surrounding him, hounding him, not just on this instant, by other instances, because there'd been exactly the same instance happened before that there wasn't looked at when the penalty where it hit his body, hit his arm. So he's made two differentials in the same game. But this is pure not being able to cope with the pressure he's been putting under. It's big enough, the pressure of handling a Champions League game anyway. But this was one that PSG had won by manipulating the referee subconsciously to go along with the pressure he'd been put under to make the wrong decision. And it's been well talked about this morning all over the place. And of course, it needs to be looked at. Now they've stood down the lad from VAR, where realistically they should stand down the referee as well.
In the middle,
because ultimately it's his decision in the end. I mean, it should never. The VAR lad should say, "Get on with it. It's not a penalty. Your first decision was right." And then the next decision was calling him over. So he called him over to have a look at it, and then he made the wrong decision as well, and that's reverberated across all of Europe. And it's gave. I mean, what's people are not talking about is this. Luckily for Newcastle United, it wasn't the difference between qualifying and not to go to the next round. You imagine if they were 1-0 up in injury time, and those 3 points got them into the knockout stages, and that decision went against them.